Hello, and welcome to my Slave Pens, I guess, guide. Um, I learned how to do this from watching a whole bunch of guides, but I kind of like mixed and matched what worked for me. Um, and so I'm gonna share that with you. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so I'll go over my gear after the run. It's not terribly it's not terribly good gear, but it is like, you know, pre-raid. Let's get got Frozen Shadow Weave. I've got some Kara pieces. And you'll see here, one thing, side note, I have 1.5 bar of experience. This specific run gave me, I think, 3 full bars of experience. And so this is um, this is just a quick run. It's an 8-minute run. I wouldn't recommend doing only an 8-minute run, because you're gonna get locked out. However, I, I wanted to do this because it's something I'm comfortable with. So, you'll see there, I buffed up beforehand. Make sure you have your mage armor, your int buff. I've got a druid in the party, so I got a Mark of the Wild. One thing you want to do before you run into the dungeon: drink. Don't come in here like some noob with 75% mana. And that ends up costing me, and I have to take a potion. Now, aside from that, I didn't pop my mana gem nearly early enough. So the two of those combined, along with me spamming max rank Blizzard, just made me run out of mana. You can do this without potions. You can do this. The only thing you really need is run speed, either on your boots, or I have a meta gem that has it on my helm. So, whatever works for you. Now, as soon as you get in the dungeon, start the run. That's what I would suggest. Now, the reason for it comes up later. There's a patrol. Run in, Blizzard those two guys. Come over here, Blizzard these guys. Don't be a noob and walk into the water like some people just did. You can blink. Now, if you're not max level, I'd recommend going around the edge. That drops your chance of aggroing him. I go through the middle to make this a little faster. And because it's faster, you could also blink here. But because it's faster, I end up not pulling this group right here. And that group is a pain. You don't want to end up pulling them because they'll root you. They'll cast lightning bolts at you. They'll AoE on you. It's just a pain if you pull them. If they're in a bad position, don't pull that group that I just pulled. So here, I turn around. It doesn't look like I pulled them, so I can do a sigh of relief. Like, good. Make sure you have your barrier up. Let him hit you. Blink. Target this guy. Now, a lot of people will counterspell that. I chose to Ice Lance it. And here is where I do my pull a little differently. You go up here and you Frost Nova these guys. That's part of most pulls that I've seen. Now you can take it to the end of the hallway, freeze it, and then run back and, do that style of pull. But here's what I do, and I wouldn't recommend doing this jump that I'm about to do if you're not level 70 or if you don't have your barrier up. There's a blink strategy to get up on this wall, and I would recommend doing that if you're below level 70 or if your ice barrier got knocked off. But I go for the jump, and hey, I made it. Now, probably 7 times out of 10, I don't make that jump. So, this just happened to be one of the 3 times that I made it. So, Usually I'll try that jump. If I don't make it, then I'll use the blink strategy to get up here. And of course, you want your mobs grouped up, so I immediately rank 1 Blizzard in front of them. And I'm doing it in front of them, not to do damage, just to, try and get the back mobs to run to catch up. Now, you can do this little, if you notice I'm walking backwards, or like tapping backwards, to get to the very bottom of this. And one of the strategies I saw, they brought it up here. Like, they stayed up here until the mobs ran around, and then they used this strategy to AoE them up here. When I tried that strategy, my Blizzard kept missing like 80% of the mobs up here. And so I'd have to jump off, and then I'd have to jump back up, and like, it was kind of a pain because I'd miss so many of them, and they would just, like, since I wasn't hitting all of them, some of them would be really spread out, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. But since they're down here, you see, I nudge myself just low enough, and I keep my eye over here until they turn around. And then once they turn around, I start blizzarding. You can just stay up here and do that strategy. However, I have seen where when you get to the bottom, some mobs just keep running around. And some will run towards you and some will run away. Then you've got a split group. So, do that strategy at your own risk. Understand that not all of them, they don't always all run at you. So be careful if you try to do that strategy. But I get a few blizzards on them. I'm using max rank blizzard because I don't understand what mana is. Don't pop my mana gem because I'm an idiot. I should have popped my mana gem there. Right there was perfect. I waited, no mana gem. Why not? So here I'm just burning them. Here I'm about to do the blink strategy to get up here. And you tilt your camera towards the wall. I'll explain a little bit more later, and then you blink. Now, the guy who originally showed me that, his strategy was doing it around the bend back here, where you used to jump off the crates onto the wall. He's like, oh, they made it so you can just blink up there. Well, I don't like going all the way around there. I like the hall strategy better. So here, just max rank blizzard. I'm also not letting them get around this corner, and the reason for that is the patrol. They not only do they do rain of fire, and so they don't group up a lot of the time, but sometimes when you're up here, they decide, hey, I can still hit you. And they'll just walk over and smack you. You can ice block, and they'll just keep smacking you. You can move, they'll keep smacking you. So I just don't even mess with those guys. I'm like, you know what? Just keep the group from walking around the corner, and all will be good. So you see here, I'm just keeping them back and forth. Now, what do you do if you try and blink up here and you fail? Or if you try and jump up here and you fail? Now, that's where, experience comes in handy. Like I said, some of the other runs, they take it all the way down the hallway, they freeze them, then they run around, come back down the hallway, and I missed the jump. So, blink out, do a blizzard on the corner. Now, you should run a little further out, especially with how far the mobs were. I didn't. Also, I wouldn't go for another blizzard here. However, I had clear casting, so hey, free blizzard, right? So here's where experience comes in. You bring them out here, you AoE slow them, just like a lot of the other pulls. You get them slowed, you keep your barrier up, you jump and you freeze them. You don't have to blink away. If you blink away, you just used your only blink for getting up on the ledge. So if you can't get this jump, yeah, if you can't get this jump, you got 4 seconds left on your blink. So hope the mobs don't catch you. I made the jump, and this is one of my favorite shots because it's like, oh look, I'm just burning them. Just absolutely max rank Blizzard. Just all day, every day, just as they pass. This is why I like the spot, because that was 3 max rank Blizzards, 4 max rank Blizzards. I would not recommend that unless you have a lot of mana, or unless, you know, you're popping your mana gems on time, or if you actually want to use a potion. I don't like using potions, so unless it's an emergency. So normally, this is a no consumable pull. However, because I wasn't careful with my mana gem, I'm like, oh, I'm out of mana. I've got 30 seconds left on my mana gem. What do I do? Well, right here, you'll notice my rank 1 Blizzard just came up. You jump down, rank 1 Blizzard, jump back up, rank 1, you know, you can jump down, rank 1 Blizzard, jump back up, do nothing, let them get to the end of the hall, jump down, rank 1 Blizzard, let your mana regen while you're still doing some damage, right? Or you can pop a potion. I have a lot of potions because I just completed, or I just leveled alchemy on one of my tunes, so I was like, yeah, I'll just pop a potion, and still didn't have enough damage to down them, so back to rank 1 Blizzard. So we're just gonna spam rank 1 Blizzards on them. Hope I get a clear casting proc. Oh, nope. Didn't get a clear casting proc, but I got enough mana back that, my Blizzard, or I got enough mana back for, max rank Blizzard. So anyways, going back to how to do these jumps. You see this little line with this arrow? That's where you jump. Now, this arrow kind of points to the right. Don't be fooled. You want to jump more, or it points to the left. Don't be fooled. You want to jump more to the right. And you'll see when I do it here, I adjust myself because it psychs you out. Because it's pointing to the left, it psychs you out. And so you'll see, right there, I jerked to the left, and then I tried to correct, and no. So, try it again. That time I was too far to the right. You want to run completely over it, and then once you're over it, like once you are here, like right on the center, you want to jump right at this wall. Kind of in this, like, in this spot right here is where you want to aim. Now, you see, it kind of pushed me over into the corner. Just keep jumping and mouse turn to the left. And boom, you're up. Jump, mouse turn to the left. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is to turn your camera at an angle. So you see I'm kind of running at the wall. My character's pointed like this way and the wall's going this way. While I'm running at the wall, blink. And it puts me right up there. That's going to take a lot of practice. So you're not going to get that, you know, right off the bat. It took me a while to figure that one out. Once I did, like I said, I watched the video. They showed me how it was done. I tried it, and I tried it, and I tried it until I got comfortable with it. And here I'm showing that once you get low, you know, you can kind of get low enough on this, and the mobs will run back. Now, this mob up here that patrols, I'm not comfortable killing them yet with the group. because like I said, sometimes they'll just run at me and smack me while I'm up on the wall. So I just ignore them when I get better gear, or when I, have tried it over and over. Once I'm comfortable with this pull, I'll move on to next pulls. I'm still perfecting this pull. But that group and this other group I have had in the pool before. This group right here. I've had both of them in the pool before. It's not the most fun day, but I've done it. And you can see I buffed up right before the pull with 30-minute buffs. I'm at 22 minutes on my buffs, so that took 8 minutes. And it got me 3 bars of experience. So, I mean, I can finish that level pretty quick. But I would suggest doing at least one more pull in here. So I gotta figure out what the second pull is gonna be, how to do it, and then I'll come back and share that with you guys. So yeah, this is just me running out of the dungeon. So let's go back to Shat. Now, I've got some interesting pieces going on here. First of all, I've got this trinket. Now, it has a chance on spell hit to restore mana. Yes, I have seen that work on Blizzard. No, I do not know how much it restores during one of those huge pulls. You can see on some of these pulls, like this pull, combat time 44 seconds. This was me AoE farming. No, that wasn't one of them. This one, 49 seconds. This was me AoE pulling Blizzard on them. Mark of Defiance is the trinket. It restored 452 mana in like 3 blizzards. And a 1 or 2 frost novas. So here it is. 443 mana, 220 or 277, 293. Once I do this pull again, I'll come back to you guys and let you know how much it restored on a big pull like that. I don't know if it's per tick or if it is literally on individual ticks of damage. Some people have said it is only on the first tick of Blizzard. However, I've had this up and I was watching it while I was blizzarding. No mana, no mana, no mana, no mana, and then it ticks. And I'm like, so it's not just in the first tick, because, it was like the 4th tick of Blizzard or 3rd or however many. So I'll have to look at that trinket a little bit more and see what it's like on AoE pull. I have the Frozen Shadow Weave set. That does help on getting health back, but when I do these big pulls, I'm only seeing like 3 health per tick. That being said, I don't know how much it's actually restoring once it's a big pull. If it's 3 per hit, that's not terrible, but it's not great. I've got PvP pants on. I use them for the int, the stam, and the resilience. This one, int, stam, spell power, Karazhan. This is level 62. Int, no stamina, but I get spell hit and spell power. This one, int, stam, spell power. I don't really care about the crit. Whenever I get I've got the Incanter's Cowl. It's got the run speed gem on it. Once I get the Incanter's Gloves, I'll start caring about crit, because Flame Strike can crit. Violet Signet from Karazhan. Hey. Int, Stam, spell power. It's not that hard to get. This one is Int Stam spell power. Hey. Int Stam spell power. This one was just a drop from Shattered Halls. Karazhan, Nightbane, offhand. Any offhand will really work as long as it's got Int Stam or spell power. Int Stam spell power and hit's nice. Int Stam spell power, Karazhan. Let's see. Int Stam spell power, Karazhan piece. Int Stam spell power, Karazhan piece. So, like, a lot of this stuff is stuff that I get from Karazhan. A lot of this stuff just random drops. I tried not to go into heroics, but I got pulled into a few Karazhans. With my build, I'm set up so where I can do Karazhan, I can do heroic, but I have a lot of wasted points. I say wasted. I have a lot of points for raiding that you wouldn't need for AoE pulls. And, like, there's a lot of things that you would want for AoE pulls that you don't have because you're raiding. Presence of mind is always nice to have. My leveling build had presence of mind, arcane instability. I may have had 3 points into arcane instability and still had enough points to get ice barrier. Ice barrier is a must. These two are not a must. If you have a water elemental, though, I mean, you can pop them out and drop a freeze on your targets, and then hit them with a flame strike. The bigger your pulls, the more you're gonna want to rely on flame strike. If I went any bigger than what I had currently, I would start using, a flame strike strategy. So play around with it. Hope it helps. Good luck on your pulls, and yeah, take care.